Hi.
Hi, happy Thanksgiving.
No.
Stop saying.
So today our topic is going to be about how we feel like how how parents allow some kids to be financially stable until they move out, and they also parents will allow them to live with them for a while. But I feel like there should be a limitation of that, just because some people take advantage of that and will linger with their parents, and like they won't put as much effort into like for example, like if they get a job, they'll start treating like their supervisor or their coworkers any type of way because they feel like, oh, I don't got that many expenses. I live in my mom or dad house or my parents' house, so I could do what I want, and like, I could just jump to each job, so I could do what I feel like you will have like how do I explain?
I feel like it should be like a limit. Like, and when I say a limit, I feel like it should be like, you know how, how I say how some parents have multiple kids and they know their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel as though if it's like if you know, okay, if you see one of your kids is like they're 18, but they either like in school or they working or they like being responsible or things like
Yeah,
that.
that's different.
Right. You shouldn't be as fast as to kick them out into the world and be like, okay, you 18, go into the world and do what you got to do. Not even that, because most parents do not even have them ready to go out into the world. They just like, oh, they're 18, they're not my responsibility no more. But I feel like if that child is doing what that child is supposed to be doing, whether they're going to college, going to school, working, or just being responsible, you should still let them stay under your roof and get their stuff together. I feel like you should let them build their credit in your house. Like I feel like I want to. This is what I.
That's not the other problem. A lot of parents don't teach their kids that stuff because either they don't know about it or like they were never really taught about it. So I really just don't care. But I feel like stuff like that need to be taught before like kids leave the household. Like have your credit score established, have funds readied up, and have everything like established before you leave. That way, as a parent, like okay, I set you up. Like if you fuck up, you fuck up.
But I feel like as a parent, okay, with me, if my kids was like responsible, like when they grew up, if I seen that they were responsible and they were doing things at 18 that would still allow me to let them stay in my house. My thing is when they do leave, I really kind of hope, like I know, okay, I know it's not for everybody to purchase a house or to buy a house sometimes, but it's like I feel like if they had like that credit score and their job and like their savings when they were about to leave my house, I would talk to them about renting and then like getting a mortgage and then let like see which
I would
path
talk to
they
them.
wanted to go
Yeah, I
on.
would talk to them about as far as like where, as far as location. Do they have like? Do they want to like? Right now, do they want to be like in this location, and later on, I want to be somewhere else? Or like, do they have like a set location? Like they want to be in like another state, another city.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes it come with you meeting people too. But like
Oh yeah,
around,
that's another big
yeah,
thing.
it also comes like because some you might be like, oh, it's just me. I'm just going to rent. I don't want to have a mortgage, this, that, and the third. But once you do go out there, you might meet somebody and then be like, okay, now I want to establish this stability with this person, and then y'all start having kids, and then you want to start leaving your kids stuff. So it's like you have to. I feel like most parents do not teach their kids like the essentials of going out into this world and being an adult. Like, and when I say that, it'll be like, okay, like my mom and dad, for example, it was like, don't get that credit card, but it was never no explanation behind that. And then me being a child, I'm gonna go get that credit card because they told me not to get it. Like, you see what I'm saying? There was no explanation behind it. Like, it can mess up your credit. You won't be able to do this. It'll take you a long time to rebuild. There was no explanation behind why not to get that credit card. It was just like, don't get it, and that was it. So it was more so they was like, we're gonna let you go out there on the whim and figure it out for yourself. I don't want to have to do that for my kids. I want to explain everything to them and break it down to them so they won't be 30, 35 now like, oh, I need to fix my credit now. No, I want y'all to already know about it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, my my thing is like the same thing. My parents. My parents necessarily they never rushed me to do anything. They gave me the freedom to do what I needed to do. But the one thing they did like instill in me was one thing is to work hard for like everything you want in life and everything you do, and that was like kind of like something like I like did over the years, and that's kind of the mindset I kept, and it kind of like pushed me to start wanting to do more like different, like make
Right.
more decisions like as far as an adult. They didn't necessarily like tell me like you have to forget what they just pretty much like you want everything in life, you want to really work for it.
Right. Yeah, we both kind of agree with that.
Yeah, but a lot of people will like a lot of parents don't understand like you gotta really make sure you like really know your kids like or like not make sure they're on the right path, not just doing like odd jobs and just spend and don't allow them just to sit in your house and just keep blowing through money, blowing through money, blowing through money. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna start getting comfortable. Like I don't gotta keep paying expenses. I like just be able to keep spending my money on
Because
myself.
there's a difference between teaching them responsibility and then just spoiling them. Because like some people were saying like, because there's a lot of black families like as soon as their child goes and find a job, it's like, oh, you need to pay me this or pay me that. But I feel as though like if you do that when you tell them to pay you this, that you should be putting it up into like an account for them. So then when they're ready to leave your house, you could give them that bank account and like, look what I gifted you. Well, you didn't really gift them anything, but you was saving for them. But I don't feel like parents like when they actually take the money and like use it. Sometimes it's like, I mean, sometimes you have to, but then sometimes I feel like that discourages the child because it's like I'm working and then you just like taking and taking and taking and they're like, well, I don't want to work no more.
Yeah, at the same time, it depends how much of their money they're taking. Because like if you take a damn near everything they got, like you really can't like.
You discourage that, and I've seen it happen with little kids. Like they'll go out at like Aldi's or something and be like moving carts all day or helping people making a little bit of change, and they'll go home all happy. And then you got the parents like, oh, give me your money, or because you need to learn responsibility. And it's like that discourages them as a younger child already right there. You stopping them like, oh, I don't want to make money no more because I'm making money to just keep paying my mom or doing this, and I can't enjoy it. And it's just like. People don't even like see what they be doing sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like I don't know. That's like a big. I feel like that's no. It kind of came up earlier, like just scrolling through social media and I seen. I'm like, this is like pretty much like a really interesting topic that I feel like it's not talked about enough because it's like a lot of people nowadays like they're like they don't know how to adjust to being an adult. Like doing everything on your own without having to like question anybody like your parents or anybody else, or like they don't take the adult thing like they'll just take it to a grain of salt. So they're just comfortable like, okay, I'm gonna just be here for a while until like I'm being told what to do or told to leave or whatever.
Right, I'm gonna just be comfortable here. I don't know. So yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, I really do feel like it's the child. Like whether they stay or not is more so what the child is doing.
It's really up to them.
But if you just in my house and you're not doing nothing at that point, it's just like, yeah, you gotta get out. Because if you're not doing nothing and you just like chilling all day and just playing video games or just eating all day and I come home and you're not looking for no work or not, yeah, at that point now that's different. I feel like now you gotta go. Like, cause now you playing.
Yeah, you gotta go at that point.
Yeah, now you playing. But yeah. Not that I will even allow any of my kids to get to that point. But yeah, no. But I really just don't feel like you should, as soon as they turn 18, it should be like, oh, okay, get out.
Yeah, that
like,
it's time for you to go. The way this world is set up, that makes like zero to no sense.
You just kick them out like that?
Yeah, because most of the stuff, the way the world's set up now, a lot of stuff that you do is set up to be a two-person household because a lot of these jobs, the cost of living has gone up so crazy, but the way the jobs pay you hasn't been going anywhere. So a lot of times now you need two people just to keep up with a household. Yeah. I mean, if you're really like, unless you really like got it like that, but then it's like people like, okay, this is too overwhelming. And then that will start establishing false relationships with like people like, okay, I need just somebody to like do everything with instead of like actually having a film. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Like now it's like y'all in this as a business and more so than it is like actually loving or liking each other because you actually need that person to like survive. So yeah, no. But yeah, I feel like if they like, if your child is responsible enough, or you feel like they're really working on trying to better themselves. Once they turn 18, I don't think it just should be that easy for you to kick them out. And not even, okay, let's keep it all the way 100. Even when it comes to like the color, like even with like the African Americans with the Caucasians have let their kids live with them forever. They keep cars that they first had just to teach their kids how to drive and to pass it on to them, and then they'll let them live with them while they're going through college and they're not paying nothing and they're doing all this stuff. Then when it's time for them to actually go establish themselves, where they already like started establishing themselves with their parents, when they do go break away, they buying properties and getting houses. Like they already starting off as 750 credit score, like because their parents was there, just like helping them step by step by step. And it's like, with our culture, African Americans, we just so quick. Like as soon as that motherfucker turn 18, he getting out my house, and it's just like, why? Like, don't do that. Like, set them up. Now, if you set them up and then you let them go, and then they drop their credit score or they mess up, then you can honestly say it's not on you because you had them set up.
I feel like you said, it's also it's all up to the child, because like, what if they had like that? They get to the point where they keep having like, that I want to be grown behavior constantly in the mix, into drama, out and about as much as you try to be, and then like at that point, like parent, like you want to be grown, then just go be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's different.
See, like now at that point, your behavior is like, I can't. It's like starting to get intolerable. So now at this point, when you are an adult and since you want to be an adult, so
then
bad,
you can get out. Yeah,
then
that's
you're gonna
different.
have to get out.
Now at that point, I don't have to help you, and I know it's not me because I tried as much as I could. So yeah, at that point, you can get out now. But I feel like you just shouldn't be ready to be like, as soon as they turn 18, they gotta get out. It's just like, why do that? So, comment below, like, share, watch. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Deuces.